Hello everybody, Hyper Mario Sunshine here, and today we are here for the top 10 games of 2021. Now I know we're already in a few days in 2022, but as I mentioned in the description of my Iron Man set, I got very busy. Not only busy, but some stuff happened. I needed to get a new mic. I needed to, well, obviously there was Christmas and stuff that we're celebrating. And I got sick. I got COVID. I think I got COVID. I tested negative, but two of my other family members tested positive. So I'm not sure if I had it or not. Who knows? But I got sick, whether it was a cold or COVID. But yeah. So a lot of things definitely delayed this video and continuing Breath of the Wild as well. But today we're going to be talking about my top 10 games of 2021. So this will be similar to last year's video, except way more expanded, and I can't really show off the games, but I think I will talk about them to an extent, as much as I can now. Before we begin with that actual top 10 list, I do want to say a few honorable mentions and some games that could potentially have been on this list had I played them. First, let's start off with the games that could have potentially been on this list. My backlog is just massively huge at the moment, so these three games came out this year, but I didn't get a chance to play them. I purchased them, but I couldn't play them. And the first of them is Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I got into Ace Attorney this past year, and honestly, I fell in love with the franchise. Let me see it right here. Yeah, I played the entire trilogy. I'm on Apollo Justice right now on my 3DS, and I'm loving the trilogy. I absolutely loved. I'm a little bit iffy on Apollo Justice. I think it's good as it is so far. But yeah, but I did get the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and I'm really excited to play it. It could be on the top. It could have been on the top 10 list had I played it, and I have so many games on my backlog. But I do want to mention Ace Attorney is one of the series I got into this year. Next up is Shin Megami Tensei 5. I also got in 4 Nocturne this year as well, so I got both of the games, and getting to the Shin Megami Tensei series. And also Persona as well, but I didn't get to play Persona 5 or 4, even though I have both of them. But they didn't come out this year, so we can't really talk about that. But Shin Megami Tensei 5 did come out this year. It came out this past November, I believe, and I did not get to play it. But I feel like it could have had a potential on this list, or an honorable mention. And finally, Dark Deity. There was no Fire Emblem game this year, weirdly, and Dark Deity basically replies that tactic RPG formula that Fire Emblem has, and I wanted to play it, but I never got the chance to. Again, backlog, and I also never bought it. Like, I think it would have been on there had I purchased it. But yeah, as for some game series that I've gotten into this year, I think we'll talk about it later on. But let's move on to the honorable mentions. And the first up, I want to talk about WarioWare Get Together. So I was playing with my sister. She has it on her Switch, so pretty neat game. I think I like the concept of using different characters. Some characters are way more broken than others, but I think it was some fun time. But I don't think it's the best Nintendo Switch Party game of the year. Next up, Pokemon Unite. I never really was a fan of this genre of games. You know, I did play I'm not sure. I remember it was like Blizzard, Activision Blizzard made this. I know they're controversial, but this was like before their controversy where I played that game. I don't recall the name of it, but I knew it had like a bunch of Blizzard characters. I'm from different Blizzard games, and including Overwatch, I recall, because I remember if you played that game, you'd get an exclusive Overwatch skin. But Pokemon Unite, I actually kind of enjoyed quite a lot, especially the characters. There's a few characters I really like playing in here. It feels very simple and fun. It feels easy to get to, and it's not really like how other MOBAs are. It's very simple and it's very fun. It's honestly just a good time. Although I will have to admit, there is some stuff that I do not like, especially the overpricing of some skins. Like, you have to save up a lot of like in-game currency to get it or spend money, which is pretty crazy. But otherwise, I really enjoyed Pokemon Unite. I was able to get the characters that I wanted for free, so based on for free cash, so free to play. Next up on our honorable mentions list, and that is Mario Golf Super Rush. Now, I gotta say, I do not like. I liked it. I was having fun with it, but there was some really iffy stuff with it. Like, for example, one of them being that like how Nintendo really likes to be like, oh, we'll finish it later and add all these characters and modes and such like after the launch, like a bunch of like the standard Mario golf modes like ring and verse like one-on-one versus etc. Rings basically meaning like you hit your ball into like in the middle of the ring, you get points off that way. So basically all the standard like modes that you'd see in the original N64, the Toadstool Tour, or even the 3DS version. All three of those are way better in my opinion because it took that life that Mario Golf once had, and it's not there anymore. But I still had a lot of fun, and the story mode is pretty intriguing to say the least. I like that they're using Mii's again, which kind of reminds me of the Camelot games a bit, but they're missing that RPG factor in a way as well. I wish they kept more of instead of a Wii Party sort of font, they kept that Mario Tennis font. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Mario Tennis. Not Mario Tennis, Mario Golf Super Rush. It's pretty good, but I mean, it could have been way better. It's just wanted to have as an honorable mention. Next up, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. So this is a remake of the first three Super Monkey Ball games, and they honestly were pretty good. I enjoyed it. This is the first Super Monkey Ball game I played that wasn't on emulator. And that I actually enjoyed. I played Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, I love them, and I played Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD, and I did not like that, especially the jumping mechanic. It wasn't anything like Monkey Ball platforming at all, or the style of what Monkey Ball should be. But this was definitely a step above, and especially the amazing guest stars from Sonic to Kazuma Kiryu to Hello Kitty to Morgana from Persona. It's just amazing, just fun. So, and also they added all the mini games back, which is great. Finally, the last one, it's not on here because it's a PC and PlayStation 5 exclusive game, and that is Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I know, I used to be very into the series when I was younger because it was the trend and shit, and I was a young teenager when this shit came out. Not even a young, how old was I? It came out 2014, so I was 2014, 2015. I was 14, 15 years old, maybe? I don't know. I'm currently 22, so. But yeah, I was in that FNAF phase. I really liked FNAF, but I never really liked playing them because it wasn't more so me being scared shitless. It was more so me raging at the fact that, if I'm, super far into the night, I die, and I just get so pissed. Because I, out of, a mistake or bad luck. That's why I never really played the series afterwards, and also because, the hype of it and, the overabundance of the games kind of turned me away from the series. But I think I gotten back into it, and I think with some more clearer thinking of, how the games are and how the series is, without being, a dumb teenager, I could enjoy the series much better and have a more understanding and, not be super defensive or offensive against the game either, so. But yeah, so Security Breach, it was very buggy, but honestly, I enjoyed it. I like exploring, I like big open areas like that, and I've been enjoying people's reactions, even though, even the bugs, just the reactions that I was seeing were hilarious. It's one of those games where it's broken, but good, in my opinion. It's funny. It's funny when something buggy happens. It's not something where it's well, shit, it just pisses you off and ruins your mood. Some stuff actually could make you laugh or create some sort of funny moment. So, I'm going to have to put that as an honorable mention. But yeah, I can't wait to play more of it. So finally, we're going to get to the meat and bones of everything. We're going to start off at number 10, and that is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So, I was really kind of excited for this. I like the chibi art style. I know some people don't like it. It's definitely not the best remake, I have to admit. Definitely not the best remake. That he still easily goes to Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It definitely is the weakest, but I feel you're having a lot of fun and a lot of people, it's bringing back that nostalgia, especially with the mining, which is something I really liked, and they definitely made a good amount of quality of life changes. I do wish that they did put a lot more effort into some areas, or make it more, add more content, but otherwise, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm not, too, wow, this is an amazing game, or, oh, Pokemon's gone. I think I'm okay with it. Because, I'd rather than focus on something, new and something that they could experiment with rather than, experiment on something that is, a remake. Like, I know they put a little more, like, stuff in this, but, obviously they could have done a lot more, but I feel like if they want to experiment, they should experiment on a new game rather than a remake, because if they add, like, a ton of new ideas into this and it failed, people could have had a totally different mindset on this game, like, as a remake. So, yeah. But otherwise, the music is absolutely fantastic. It provides a great challenge. It was surprisingly hard, because a lot of the time, Pokemon games nowadays aren't that hard. Well, more so Sword and Shield. Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon were pretty hard in some aspects, but this game kept that Diamond and Pearl difficulty, and it's added on to it. Like, people don't mention this, but the after game where you have rematches against everyone, it's honestly kind of hard. You see the IVs on these Pokemon. Like, the Pokemon AI is pretty hard. Not hard, pretty easy if you know what you're doing. But, like, for someone who knows a little bit about competitive Pokemon, but it's, like, not super into it, I feel like it could provide a good challenge, especially to a more casual player who wants to beat everything in the game. I feel like it could appeal to that. So, no matter what you say, I'm not for or against, like, the ways. I'd rather have them focus on Legends Arceus, but I think it was overall a fun time. That's all I had. A fun time. Number 9 on the list is Miitopia. I never played the original on the 3DS, but I gotta say, with the revamp that it had on the Nintendo Switch, with its remake of sorts, basically it's a massive deluxe edition, and they really went all out on it. From the... well, I have it on... I guess it's on my other Switch, but... Yeah, so... This was honestly amazing. I really liked Miitopia, especially, like, the create your character designs. Like, they're, like, literally, for, like, the 2 months straight when this game came out, there was, like, people making all these amazing designs from different characters in different games, and, like, the designs are just on point. And some of them were funny, some of them were creepy, some of them were just, like, literally authentic. Like, it looked like, for example, Mario. Like, you could literally have, like, Mario in your team, or Pyra and Mythra from Xenoblade. Or you could get, like, a Pokemon trainer, like Hilda or Cyrus. Like, I saw, like, plenty of really good designs. Like, either if it was Nintendo or if it wasn't Nintendo, like, they really went... the community went really all out. The gameplay was simple but fun. I wish I could get more into it, but again, I have that massive backlog of games, so yeah. It really was something that I really want to go back into, but yeah, it does feel a little more like you could speed it up more. I feel like it could have used that, because, like, sometimes it feels a little tedious, especially restarting from the beginning at some aspects. But yeah, I feel like I really enjoyed it, and I really want to get back into it as soon as possible. Alright, coming in at number 8 on the list, and I think I do have this on here, and that is it right here? Well, I'm not sure if I downloaded it on here or not. Was it on? Let me go all the way back. There it is. Oh my god. Yes, Castlevania Advance Collection. This came out this year. I know usually people don't... I don't usually put, like, collections or remakes on my list, but actually there is another remake that we'll see in a bit. And... oh, actually 2 of them, actually. Well, not a remake, but you'll know. You'll see soon enough. But, I've gotten to the Castlevania series last year, I recall. And I did get the original collection, the Anniversary Collection. I enjoyed it, especially Super Castlevania 4 and the original Castlevania. I did not finish 3 until this year. I did not like 2, and I gotta say the Advanced Collection is really fun. I played Dracula X, aka it's like the smaller version of Rondo of Blood, which I actually played on my PS5. I did not play Symphony of the Night, though, which I really want to try out. But I really enjoyed the Advanced Collection. I'm very interested in the RPG-esque Metroidvania games from the Game Boy Advance era, since, it is the Advanced Collection, so I can't wait to try that out. But yeah, I really enjoyed especially Rondo of Blood, and I also tried out... I believe I tried out one of them. I'm not sure which Advanced game I tried out. I think it was the first one with Justy Belmont, I think his name is. I don't recall. It's the one in the cover with the silverish hair. But yeah, that one I really started liking, especially, like, the whole RPG mechanics, like upgrading your weapons and equipment, etc. It's a really fun collection, And sadly, Konami decided to fuck it all up with Castlevania's 35th anniversary by releasing NFTs. But I don't want to talk about controversy. Let's talk about the good stuff that they released. So, yeah, last year they released Castlevania Advance Collection, and it was very good. So, next up, number 7 on our list, Mario Party Superstars. Holy shit, Nintendo did an amazing job. Out of the park with this. I have a lot of fun. There was like barely any lag whatsoever whenever I was playing with friends or on a stream. Like, honestly, they really, like, they looked back at Super Mario Party and like, damn, that game is nowhere near as good as this. I like that they shortened the roster a bit. I mean, it could have used a few more, like, more important Mario characters. We could have had, like, Diddy or Birdo in there. Or maybe, like, a blue-colored Toad. Because, you know, Toads come in different colors. And blue is, like, you know, that main Toad that we know of outside of, like, you know, the host Toad. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really hope that when they add map DLCs, I hope it's outside of the N64 party. I hope, like, we get some GameCube Mario Party maps, maybe Mario Party 8's map. I'm not sure, but, like, any maps from there would be pretty cool. I know there's going to be DLC seen within, like, the eShop. It's saying in-game shop purchases and stuff. But yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, I've been having such a blast every time I've been playing this game, whether I win or lose. I create a lot of fun moments. Maybe I might, like, stream or record more of it. But yeah, like, going back to the original formula and, like, just bringing back that essence that made Mario Party what it is to begin with, and having... This is basically what Mario Party Top 100 should have been, because this has, like, a collection of a lot of my favorite mini-games, honestly, from... especially the GameCube era, because that's the era I grew up with. Like, I'm sure these maps aren't the ones I grew up with, but I still love these maps from the N64 era, because I played a few of them. I'm pretty sure you've seen some of my old videos. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I hope Nintendo continues with this. I hope with DLC and future Mario Party games, they're just like, alright, we're going to stick with our tradition, with our original concept of Mario Party, because it works, and people love it. Next up, number 6 on our list, and that is new Pokemon Snap. Yes, the better Pokemon game that came out this year. Better than the other two here. Well, not here. I'm talking about Unite and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. But yes, that game, holy shit. When I saw this game for the first time in the Pokemon Direct, I freaked out. I was absolutely stunned. It was beautiful, amazing, and it was super fun. It captured what I like. Sure, it was more. This didn't expand too much, but I felt like it was safe that way. It was best to keep it safe. You want to reintroduce people and show new people what the game was about, and also expand upon it, which I love. Bandai Namco did an amazing job helping out the Pokemon Company with this, and the Pokemon, like, their personalities, what they do in the wild, their interactions with each other, their environment, it's just so amazing. Especially finding those like hard to get secrets, like, you know, poses and stuff that they make. It's just so amazing, and you know, it's a lot of replayability. I gotta say, it's really well put together, and I hope we get more of this in the future. Maybe paid DLC down the line. I know that they said that they're stopping free updates, but I wouldn't mind paid DLC, honestly, or sequel. I wouldn't mind it at all, because they did an amazing job, and we've been asking for a sequel for years, and they always rejected the concept, from 3DS to Wii U, and finally we get it on Switch. You know, it took 2 whole consoles where it could have worked. The 3DS could have definitely worked, especially with its AR capabilities, or with you know, its 3D like capabilities. You know, you have Pokemon popping up on your screen, like taking 3D pictures, or you know, on the Wii U, because the gamepad made perfect sense, but it never happened, and we finally got it here, and it was an absolute blast. Coming in at number 5, it might be a little bit controversial, but honestly, it's one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely in my top 20 of all time, but I feel like this is definitely a step above the original game. And that is Skyward Sword HD. So, again, it's on my other Switch. I mean, I could just pop in the cartridge if I wanted to on here. But yeah, Skyward Sword HD was very good. I still need to finish it. I've beaten the original Skyward Sword on my Wii many years ago, and that's how I got one of my 3DSs. I have like a collection of them at this point. But yeah, Skyward Sword HD was an absolute blast. It was definitely much better in terms of its controls and such. I honestly did not have any problems when I was younger with the motion controls, but I didn't mind the new controller scheme using the right control stick. I did not mind it at all. I was enjoying it, and it did make it a little less fun here and there, but I felt like I had got a grip of it eventually. But yeah, I really like Skyward Sword is honestly one of my favorite games, especially like from its music to its locations to its characters. I know there's some problems, and I do agree with them, but honestly, some of the problems, some people tend to stretch it out too much, and I feel like, I don't kind of agree with you there, but I could see where you're coming from. But yeah, I feel like it should have been in a collection thing. I will admit that it should have been with bundled up with both Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD, so you have a 3-pack that was $60, so it would have been worth the price. But I don't really mind. Skyward Sword is one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely disagree that the price was pretty steep here. It could have been $40 at least, or $50, or it could have been $60 if you bundled it up with the 2 other games from the Wii U that we never got on Switch. But otherwise, love the game. And I can't wait to play more of it when I get back to it. I know my backlog is just going to be an ongoing joke of this video. Alright, here's the next one. And this one wasn't actually as much controversial as people, originally put it. And that is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. You guys seen my speedruns of it, and I really enjoyed speedrunning the game, especially Bowser's Fury. When that portion came out, people were expecting, alright, 3D World's being ported, and then boom, you just see this dark, stormy thing, and you see this cat bell thing, and then all of a sudden you just put, and then boom, Fury Bowser. You're like, wow, Nintendo really went all out for this version. 3D World got very good quality of life changes. It got faster, gameplay wise, all the characters move faster, jump a little bit higher. Really just helped out the gameplay and just made everything move a lot faster, because one thing that platformers need to succeed is really, really good movement, and they really pulled it off with 3D World. I love the original 3D World on the Wii U, but this one farly outclasses it, especially with Bowser's Fury. You got, a huge open world that's Banjo-Kazooie-esque, because it's just this giant roaming open world that you can go from one place to the other without loading into a different zone. And you collect your cat shines. I like the theme of teaming up with Bowser Jr. It had its own unique plot, and it was very cute. And also very scary, because Fury Bowser is just the freaking coolest thing Nintendo has made in last year, honestly. That's a really fucking amazing design. Him having oil all over his body, black paint. I believe in Sunshine black paint was oil, but yeah, having that black paint inside of him, because he actually eats some by accident as well, and that's why he has, spits it out at the end. But he's still Fury Bowser in the final part of the fight. But yeah, that fight is just utterly insane. When I first saw it, I was just like, holy shit. It was scary too, especially trying to get enough cat shines too when you're playing casually. But yeah, just overall really enjoyed it. The music is fantastic from 3D World and Bowser's Fury, especially the boss fight music from Bowser's Fury. I love it. I also especially love the super hard version, well, quote unquote hard version, where he gets white, silverish glowing here instead of his red. That looks honestly badass. I absolutely, I can't just, ugh. I know I stopped myself in my sentences, but I can't. Just Fury Bowser's amazing. The design, the concept, etc. Just how pissed off Bowser gets. It's just amazing. Alright, our bronze medalist of the year. And that is Guilty Gear Strive. Yes, I am a huge Arc Systems fighting game fan. There's one right there, but it's not really a fighting game, in my opinion. I know it's a 3D, brawler of sorts. I have BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. I also have BlazBlue, what's it called? Central Fiction on my PS4. I got a whole collection for it, box and art book and everything. I know the art book is very lewd, but I really liked the art for every character, especially some of my favorites. I love Ragna, I love Taokaka, I love Makoto. Those are honestly some of my favorite characters. I love Hakumen as well. But yeah, but now we're going to be talking about my favorite of the Arc Systems games, and that is Guilty Gear. And Guilty Gear Strive is amazing, utterly brilliant. I cannot tell you what soundtrack I've listened to most this year. I have to start with that because its soundtrack is freaking godly. From Disaster of Passion, which is May's theme, to what's it called? Love the Subhuman Self, which is Milia's theme, to Necessary Discrepancy, which is Ram Lethal Valentine's theme, and my absolute favorite out of all of them, and that is Let Me Carve Your Way, which is Sato 1's theme. Just a lot of the freaking music from Hellfire, Rock Parade, Find Your One Way, Out of the Box, just the entire soundtrack. There is like 2 good ones there, but I can't really say like they're ungodly like the rest. Like everything's just really good in that soundtrack. Like, wow. The graphics of the game are beautiful, the cell shadedness, the characters' models look absolutely fantastic, way better than XRD. Like, they really polished it super well. Like, even though they're similar in ways, XRD and Strive, like, you could tell Strive was, like, a lot much more polished and a lot, like, you know, especially, like, the year differences between the two. I've been getting into fighting games recently, and this is, like, probably the second fighting game I actually learned a character in, maybe third. The second being Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with Phoenix Wright, and first being Skullgirls with Valentine and Miss Fortune. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really fantastic. I really want to play more. I can't wait for Baiken. Baiken is my favorite character in the entire series. I played her in XRD, but I can't wait to see how she is in Strive. I was really excited when they announced her at CEO, and I can't wait to try her out. I think I'm finally going to get back into Guilty Gear. I do main now, but I haven't played in a while. I really want to find people to play with, like, you know, friends, because I'm not really the kind of person that likes playing against randos. If you guys ever seen my streams of me playing Ultimate, I do not like playing against randos, because they could come in and teabag you and shit. I fucking hate that shit. I just, like, no, please. I just want someone that I can enjoy playing with. Like, you know, we can enjoy each other's presence and company, all that stuff. So I don't really, like, want to play with some random people, which is, like, the one thing that turns me away. I wish I had more people to play with. And now a lot of people are getting interested in playing Guilty Gear Strive, and I can't wait to get back into it. And hope it's definitely going to happen when Baiken comes out. So, yeah, there's Guilty Gear Strive as a 3rd place medalist. And 2nd place, that is Tales of Arise, another game that's not on here. So I will mention before we get to Tales of Arise, I do have Guilty Gear on both my PC and my PS4/5. So yeah, so Tales of Arise is on my PS5 as well as, like, FNAF, Security Breach. And I got into the Tales of series this year, actually. It's one of the few series I got into this year along with Ace Attorney, and I'm loving it. Especially, I tried out Tales of Vesperia first, as you can see here, and I love Yuri. I didn't get too far into it, but I'm liking it so far. I actually had some really good loud moments from it, but enough of that. Let's talk about the game that placed second, and that is Tales of Arise. Oh my god, this game looks beautiful. From the character designs to the like sort of post-apocalyptic, like, you know, dystopian sort of like world that you're in. You're like, wow, the design's just amazing, and the overworld too. The voicing from Ray Chase as the main character. I believe his name is because I know where I'm from, he's still the mask, his like mask persona guy of sorts. Like, he's still in that mask like name of his. Yeah, there's like the cast. I loved Patrick Sates doing I forgot what his name was, but he's like that leader of, like, you know, this squad of rebellions. But yeah, I really love just the designs of each character as well. They just really are fitting for me. And also the music too, very like orchestral and orchestral. Is that even a word? The orchestra is amazing. The story so far has been very intriguing to me, especially with, like, the mystery surrounding why that mask is on his face. What's his face? I need to see. Alton, there we go. Also, probably my favorite character, I haven't gotten to her yet, and that is Kisara. She's this giant shield lady. I just absolutely love her. looks. I can't wait to see some of the other characters. They've been very interesting based on how they look and from the trailers. Haven't gotten too far into it, but just me enjoying like that first hour really like sucked me into it, and I think that's why I think I'll put it slightly above Guilty Gear Strive. Like I know I haven't played the game too much. It's just like I have too much to do. So I've been enjoying the game. I could really say I really love it. I can't wait. Especially like I was talking about this game for like a good hour to a friend, and how I've been enjoying it. And finally, number one, it should come to no surprise, Metroid Dread. So, I've never beaten a Metroid game at all. I actually went pretty far in Samus Returns on the 3DS. I played Fusion to a good bit until I met SAX for the first time, and I was just like, nope, I'm done. I'm scared. I did play the original Metroid on the NES, and I'm like, I mean, I could have played Zero Mission instead, because it's, you know, way more better. And I also played Super Metroid as well. That, again, was never really the biggest fan of Metroidvanias until recently, especially with Castlevania and Fusion. Metroid Fusion, so, yeah. Dread was the first Metroid game I've ever beaten. And I teared up at the end, like, holy shit, this game is absolutely fantastic. Like, when a game makes me tear up, I feel like it's that point where it's like, this game is godly. This is like a top 5 game for me of all time. From the ambience of being chased down by the Emmys, or however you want to say, or, you know, however you want to pronounce them, like those robots. From the atmosphere of each area, from like the icy cold depths to like those, you know, lava, like intense lava everywhere, and the mechanic from like water areas and such. And the villains as well is super interesting. I probably won't spoiler territory. Ravenbeak is an amazing villain, and I love that twist that he is Samus's father. Holy shit. Very Star Wars-esque. I mean, I know that's like a very, like, recently popular trope is that, you know, the whole Star Wars, like, evil father thing, you know, you have Furion, that I think, from Final Fantasy that has that. You have Alm from Fire Emblem as well. But, they really did it really well with Ravenbeak, and he was such an amazing boss fight. I loved a lot of the boss fights in this game overall, like from the first one, the giant one that's like climbing around like the lava thing that like transports like, you know, the planet of the planet's like life energy, which has everything heat up. It's basically causing like the planet to freeze. That monster. Kraid returns, and he was absolutely amazing. I just had an absolute blast. The movement of this game is spectacular. I really want to speedrun this game one day, because I also want to get that quicker ending. I also want to play it on hard, so I can actually see how much more difficult it is. But yeah, I really can't wait to play Metroid Dread again. It is my game of the year of 2021. Sorry that this I was stuttering a lot. You know, I cut off my sentences here and there, but this is very unscripted, and I feel like it's the best way for me to express my love for these games, and I can't wait to play more, give them again, and more of them, more often, or replay them too, so, in the coming months. And I hope 2022 has a lot to offer. I can't wait. But yeah, I can't wait to play more of these games, or play them again, or, you know, finish them, you know. Wow, this year has been really amazing for games, especially since last year was really hindered by COVID-19. I mean, still, COVID is being a problem, but I feel like they're finally getting a hang of it, and we're getting some games that are really good, and I can't wait for 2022 to give us some good games once more. So yeah, thank you all for watching my Game of the Year, my top 10 games of 2021, and my Game of the Year, obviously being Metroid Dread. And the second and third places were really good too, of Strive and Tales of Arise. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see